join and let's begin. And don't forget, this is Married Medicines with your girl, Juliana OLUBU. All right. And on this, I've been on this journey with you for some time now, talking about 10 reasons marriage fails. 10. The last one I did was the the fifth one. So today I'll be talking about the sixth reasons why marriage fails. The sixth one, number six, number six. All right, welcome one more time. And thank you for coming every time. So one more time. Okay, hold on 1 minute. I don't want to miss my spots. Let me introduce myself. I'm trying to okay, hi everyone and welcome back to Married Medicines with your girl Juliana OLUBU, your marriage counselor and life coach. But let me do my usual. Welcome to My Medicines with your girl, Juliana OLUBU. Building a triumphant relationship. Building a triumphant marriage. Welcome one more time. Okay, I just quickly want to run through the one I've spoken before, the five reasons I've thought before. The first one is lack of communication. Second one was financial struggles. The third one is unrealistic expectations. The fourth one was infidelity in marriage. And the fifth one is lack of intimacy in marriage. I hope you've enjoyed all of those and I hope you're learning. You are not just listening, you are learning. You are using it to teach other people. And for other people that you want to go into this what's this called, the calling, maybe God has called you for this type of vision. All right, please, it's okay for you, enjoy it, learn from it, copy it, share it, listen to it and use it to teach other people. And so many times you always want to talk about we have the urge to teach churches, church counselors, because I know there's no way we can do about it. People still prefer going to their pastors and all of that, church leaders, than coming to a counselor, coming for counseling or something like that. But what we want to do is to teach churches, to teach counselors, the pastors, on how to teach people about marriage. Okay, don't let me go to that today. So today we are tackling a common challenge: why couples grow apart. Did you hear what I said? I'm excited, but at the same time, it's a burden because it's something that has been destroying so many homes, so many marriages. And a lot of time, a lot of people think they are still together, but what you're doing in your marriage is partnership. You are just there in school you share a room with your, what do they call that? I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about. So you are just growing together like a partner. No more intimacy, the first love. You're just there for the children, for the bills. So today we'll be talking about it. Let me say it one more time: why couples grow apart. Not only that we'll talk about it today, the reason why couples grow apart, but as you know, in married medicines, where we build a triumphant relationship to a triumphant marriage, we don't just talk about the problems. We also tell you the solutions to those problems. So you don't just hear, okay, I've heard, I know I'm going through this, so what do I do from here? Listen to me. It doesn't matter if you have been married for 20, 30, 40 years. It does not matter if you just got married. You need what I'm about to tell you today, what I'm about to teach you today. So tell a friend to tell a friend to join right now as I begin to tell you the raw truth, the picture, so you can picture yourself in the things I'll be saying. And if you find yourself in any of this, please don't hesitate to go back again when I'm done to listen to this video. Don't be too proud, okay? To say, no, I got it together. It's not my fault. It's my spouse's fault. No, I'm good. Everything is good with me. Don't do that. Okay, before I will even start mentioning or telling you the problems, because on these 10 reasons, I always talk about 5 problems, and I also tell you about the 5 solutions to those problems. But let's be honest, the initial attraction might fade after years together. It happens, and I don't want to say it's okay, but it happens. But the truth is, the key is understanding the reason and what you can do to reconnect. We all know what life is. We know that life is a journey of growth, and sometimes that growth can lead couples to different directions. Can lead couples in different direction, and it's okay. But this isn't always a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but the slow process of growing apart can eventually cause the foundation of your relationship to crumble and fail if you don't work on it, if you don't talk about it, if you don't learn from it, if you don't know what to do or how to move on from this stage. Let me give you 5 examples of how growing apart can manifest in your marriage. Okay, how growing apart can manifest in your marriage. Let me explain a little things to you before I will start mentioning those things. Now, let's talk about the not so positive reasons couples drift apart. Okay, life can be stressful, we know, right? Like financial burdens, work drama, family issues, and all these external pressures can strain any relationship. And if you're not actively working on your connection as couples, if you don't work on it, it's easy to get swept away by stress and lose sight of each other. And you don't want that to happen to you, because one thing that happens is your children are looking at you. The people that believe in you are looking at you. They are watching you and see how you're doing it. And if you don't adjust yourself, they will just think, okay, that's I think that's the way it is. I'm just being too dramatic. Okay, there are also negative reasons couples drift apart. Okay, because the first one I mentioned are the things sometimes that can be like a big burden, and before you know it, you won't really care about your emotions, your intimacy, and all of that. But there are some reasons that are not good that you need to work on. Constant argument, like feeling emotionally distant or a lack of intimacy. All those things can create a strain. It's like a walls, slowly building between you. And if you can't express yourself adequately, how then can you truly connect? And if you can't, that would turn into what do I call it? Unresolved conflict, and maybe unresolved conflict, and that will create resentment. Yes, unresolved conflict always lead to resentment. Let's not forget external stressors. Ooh, I will explain that to you. Just go along with me. Like money troubles, like work pressure, or family drama. Because you need to know that some families they're so dramatic, and also see, all these challenges can make it tough to nurture your relationship. It can make it tough to nurture your marriage, to nurture your love life, to nurture your intimacy when you're already overwhelmed. How do you want to nurture it? So if you don't work together to navigate these issues, the distance between you and your spouse will continue to grow. It will continue to grow if you don't work on it. Okay? So number 1 I want to talk about today is different life goals and values. I call it a shadow of neglect. Different life goals and values is the shadow of neglect, if you get what I mean. Over time as a couple, you may develop different aspirations. It's okay. Priorities and values and so many other things that are separate from each other. For example, let me say your spouse may prioritize career advancement, while you, on the other hand, values work-life balance, like leading, like then that will create a kind of conflict between you, and that will lead you to like caring only for what you want to do and not minding the other party, and all this leading to conflicting goals and priorities, and that will contribute to your growing apart. It will contribute to your growing apart. Let me mention it again. Different life goals and values. I call it is the shadow of neglect. Is the shadow of neglect. All right. Let me talk about the shadow side of the neglect. I know, of course, right, that growing apart isn't always a gentle drift. Sometimes you won't even notice it. That's the main thing, because everybody will feel like, I'm focusing on this. Let me do that. And before you know it, you just see yourself like the intimacy. You can be together around. You can be together at home, and you not even mind each other. Like you won't care. Let me put it this way: you might be watching TV together and be on your phone at the same time. Everybody will be on their phones, and you just be minding yourself, even though you are together there. But your mind, your heart, not together. You are just everybody. You just be doing your own thing, and sometimes growing apart isn't always a gentle drift, like I said, and sometimes it's a harsh reality that we all need to realize and begin to work on it. And I don't want us to ignore it. Please don't ignore me, okay? Remember one thing I want to tell you today. If you are ready, there is hope. Growing apart doesn't have to be the end of your story. It doesn't have to be the end of your love life. The good news is recognizing the signs and taking a proactive proactive steps as couples will help you to reconnect and strengthen your bond. It will help you to reconnect and strengthen your bond. Also, let me mention, I have this on my communication breakdown. We can't overemphasize this. Communication breakdowns. I call it a crack. Okay? When a little place is open like this and the air is able to penetrate through that, that means you have communication issue in that marriage. As communication deteriorates in your relationship, as couples, as even when you're not married, you will find it challenging to connect with each other on a deeper level. You won't be able to, you won't find pleasure, yes, confiding in each other to talk about things. And, this can result in surface level conversations like, you just talk about, okay, you want to, you're done. Like, you're just done. You just want to find your level, like, let him go, let her go. And misunderstanding also can cause all of this, or conflict that weakens your intimacy, and it will all deteriorate your emotional connection. Unresolved conflict, like sweeping arguments under the rug. Every time you want to talk about important things, you go like, no, please, I don't want your stress. Oh, you argue too much. Oh, you are overbearing. Oh, I don't want your trouble. Let's just do what those things you want to say are not important. Especially when you talk about intimacy. Sometimes it seems it's not important. Stop doing that. Stop sweeping arguments under the rug, under the carpet, whichever way you want to call it, because it will create a mountain of resentment in your marriage. It will create a mountain, like it will get to a point. You do know that so many times when I counsel couples or divorcee, so many times they can't explain how they got there. Like, how did we even do it? How did we get to this point? Because all those little things matters a lot. Sometimes you don't see that they are important or they matters a lot, but they do. Because uncommunicated frustrations sometimes will build up and create emotional distance. It's normal. When you're not able to tell your husband or your wife or your friends you can't express yourself. Let me put it that way. You can't express yourself automatically. You are just building it up. You are building that frustration up. And to get to a point, you won't be able to do anything about it. Or maybe you always avoid difficult conversations. Or every time you argue, the argument hits like a dead end, like you won't be able to resolve it. So all these unresolved issues linger and make it harder to connect with your spouse. Listen and listen to me very well. I want you to reason and sit down, think back that in your relationship, apart from paying bills, apart from we talking about the children, what else do we do together as couple? What else do we do together as couple? Or maybe every time you want to express yourself, you interrupt each other, and the other person will just withdraw, like, okay, as usual. Or maybe anytime you want to discuss about finances, it's always turned into a fight. Or maybe because you don't have it and you think, oh, it's because I don't have much, that's why you are intimidating me or something like that. And all you need to do is, how can you work on what you have? How do you manage? Or you feel unheard? All these things are communication breakdown. I talk about communication here every now and then. Like, I talk about it every now and then. So I want you to pay attention to those things and begin to work on them and make sure that they don't deteriorate your relationship as husband and wife, your relationship as couple. Communication breakdown are a major culprit here. I don't want you to start fighting each other or hating on each other. Sometimes you might not be used to it. You're growing up, you were not taught on how to express yourself, and you just assume that, oh, he should know, oh, she should know. So when couples stop talking openly and honestly, see, let me tell you what will happen. Resentment will set in. Yes, it will build up, and your emotional distance will grow. Like, it will grow. You know, bad things grows easily, like very, very, very easy. So, or on ending arguments and negativity, talking down on each other, it will create a toxic environment, not just for you as a couple, but for people around you, for your children. And that will push, it will push you away from each other. It will make you go, further apart in your relationship, interrupting or not listening. All these things can lead to not be there for each other emotionally. Misunderstanding and the feeling of not being heard or understood, it's a problem. The third one I want to talk about is lack of shared interest. Lack of shared interest or activities. Let me put it that way. Couples who no longer engage in shared interests or activities will gradually drift apart, okay? Because something brought you together in the first place. And so many times, especially at the beginning of any relationship, you talk about, oh, we have so many things in common. And 10 years down the marriage, 15 years, 20 years, it will be like, no, why? How did I get there? Why will I marry this kind of person? Whether due to, and most of the time, it might be due to maybe your busy life, your individual hobbies, or changing preferences, or the absence of shared experience. All these things can lead to feeling of loneliness, or not just loneliness, isolation. Yes, loneliness and isolation within that marriage. So you have to take note of neglecting individual growth also is bad for any relationship, even not just for husband and wife, even in families. Neglecting individual growth. I know people evolve, okay? If you each become a focus solely on work or on your kids, I've said that earlier, you will lose that sense of connection as individual. If the only thing you do is just, let's pay the bills, let's take care of the kids, let's pay the school fees, let's make sure that our children are this, are that, oh, our parents, and all those things, it just occupy your head, and you will lose yourself in the middle of all those things. You will lose the connection that you have between each other. Or maybe, let me use an example. Don't let me just use only the bills. Maybe you haven't taken a class you are interested in, or maybe you want to do a kind of course, or you have a project you are interested in, because you are too busy supporting your spouse's careers and goals. Sometimes you lose yourself. And as soon as your spouse is doing well, you start thinking to yourself, okay, like, what's my value? Like, what am I even doing? I don't think I worth anything here, because she's doing better or he's doing better, and I'm just here. It's all the things I'm saying are the things that when you find it happening in your relationship, you need to take a step back and sit down and see how you can deal with it. And if you are here with me, don't go. Please don't log off. Stay with me as I will begin to tell you the solutions to those things. I want to talk also, the fourth one, I want to talk about emotional distance. Hallelujah, Jesus. Emotional distance is bad. You can be living together as couple and you think you are doing well, but seriously, most of the time, you are tired of each other emotionally. So emotional distance sometimes happens when couples feel disconnected or emotionally detached from each other. And all these things can resolve from, most of the time, unmet emotional needs or a lack of empathy and understanding between both of you. All these things contribute to growing apart in your marriage or in your relationship. Now, don't ignore. Okay, don't jump, because a lot is just pumping in my head. Let me just flow along. Okay, let me calm down and teach. All right. So, in your relationship, it will affect your relationship. Let me say it this way: life is a highway. It's like a highway, and when you are going your separate ways, as life progresses, priorities shift. Okay, now we know that. And then sometimes your careers take off, kids arrive, and sometimes you might even have aging parents that needs attention, or even one of your kids might need more attention. And those little things, that thing alone, will just destroy your emotional needs. And again, the changes can make you feel like you're on a separate track. Okay, like you're on separate tracks, and that thing happens when only one person is taking a lot of burdens, like a lot of responsibility than the other. So it will feel like that person is not moving forward, but the other person is growing. And the person growing as well would think, oh, he or she doesn't have time for me, she's just going about doing a lot of things together. It's because you guys are not coming together to see, these are the things we need to deal with, these are the things that is, taking us away from each other. How do we resolve it? How do we manage this situation? So growing apart, instead of growing together, you'll be growing apart. Let me talk about external stressors. Like a job loss, illness, like I said, or you have somebody you are caring for, or aging parents, or you have a sick person or something that you have to look after every time. This can affect your relationship. I'm saying all these things because sometimes we don't count those things as, oh, so is it because of my mother now? So because I won't take care of my mom, so going to her to take care of her, or to take care of my father, how does that affect our relationship? Yes, it does. If you are not in it together, if you are not doing it together, if you are not finding time, even in the midst of all those things, to have time for yourself, it will and can surely take a toll on any relationship. Job loss, you know what it is already. Job loss will affect everything. But what I'm talking about is, in the midst of all of this, how can you still find yourself as couples? How can you still be emotionally together? Okay, so I want you to follow me. Don't go anywhere. Let me mention the fifth one quickly. And I know financial strain, it causes a lot, a lot of constant tension. Okay, it's job loss, and even sometimes when you have a job and the job is not paying you well, all these things can cause you to struggle emotionally in that relationship or in that marriage. So but let me give you, before I will move on to the fifth one, let me give you some signs that you will know that you are emotionally distant. These are the signs you might recognize in your relationship as a married couple, or even if you are not married, you can see all those things so you can begin to work on them. You get what I mean? Let me call them red flags. I know we are used to the word red flag. Number one, if you constantly feel unheard. Okay, let me say it one more time. If you constantly feel unheard or misunderstood, those are the signs you have to look at. Those are red flags. Second one, spending quality time together feels like a hard work. You're already emotionally detached from each other. The third one, physical intimacy. If your physical intimacy has gotten worse, just know that emotionally you are far away. The fourth one I want to mention to you is when you find yourself confiding in your friends or your family more than your partner, more than your spouse, more than your husband, more than your wife. See, hear me. In fact, you are out. Emotionally, you are not there for each other because you feel unheard. And anybody around you that you feel like anytime I want to tell them about what I'm going through, my emotional this and that, they are there for you, then those are the people you are trusting, or those are the people you're attached to emotionally, like your co-worker. Especially the opposite sex. A woman you are confiding in a guy at your workplace emotionally, telling the guy about your husband, how you guys are not emotionally together. It's a problem. Or as a woman, as a guy, you are telling a lady at your place of work that you and your wife, there is something emotionally, I don't think I love her anymore. Oh, I don't think I love him anymore. Run. That marriage is about to break. So when people talk about, oh yeah, I'm not interested again, a lot of time people go like, but your marriage was doing well. No, that marriage has been having issues a long time. It's not, see, you can see people 20, 30 years doing well, and you will just hear one day they are no more together, and you go like, what do they want? What are they looking for? Let me tell you, they are just staying in that marriage, maybe because of the kids, that okay, as soon as my kids are done getting married or finished from school, I'm done with this guy or I'm done with this lady, and you just see them pack, and you wonder how did, even the husband sometimes or the wife will go like, what did I do? No, it didn't just start now. That emotional distance has been there a long time, but you didn't recognize it. So before you get to that point, please begin to work on it. And if you're in that state now, please get in touch with us. Go for counseling. Okay? Prayer does a lot, but you have to act when you're praying. Okay? You are praying, you are acting. You cannot be acting and not praying. You cannot be praying and not acting and not working on the things that you need to grow from. Okay? Okay? Capiche? Did I get it? All right. So, I'm just saying that and also another thing that that destroys relationship. Let me tell you. Everything I've been saying, you might think you are not. No, I'm okay. Myself and my husband, we got it. You got nothing. Let me tell you. I'm still talking about emotional distance, okay? The busy trap. Life gets hectic, I know. Work, errands, kids. It's easy to prioritize everything else over quality time with your spouse. Every time. Especially when it's like, okay, let's just go out. Let's just take a little. You go, I'm tired. Oh, no. Is that what? No. I'm not interested. Like, just do your thing. Let me give you an example. Maybe you haven't had a real date night in months. I'm saying months. Some people never, years. And your conversation only revolve around grocery list, Oh, do we have food in the house? Have we paid this? Have we paid that? Are the kids okay? Okay. And before you know it, bam, that time, that busy trap will trap that relationship, will trap your emotions, and you won't be able to even express. You won't, some people don't even have emotion to give anymore. The time sucks, okay? Your everyday struggle can easily steal the quality time. Remember those spontaneous dates, replaced by errands, replace them by errands, by work, and maybe even children. See, this lack of connection weakens the emotional intimacy. See, emotional intimacy keeps husband and wife together. It keeps your bond. It keeps you strong. It will keep you strong. So you have to really be intentional about it. Moving on. The fifth of my on my list is, excuse me, changes in priorities and responsibilities. See, changes in priorities and responsibilities. Okay, let me explain this in a better way. I hope you're learning. Now, life transitions such as parenthood, I've said it, career changes, or a sick one around you that needs help. All these things can shift your priorities and responsibilities within your marriage. But listen, couples, let me tell you this. You may find yourself focusing more on external demands and less of nurturing your relationship. Nurturing your relationship, nurturing your love life, nurturing or prioritizing yourselves, prioritizing your growth. And all those things, all this external demand that will not allow you to nurture your relationship, it will lead to, like, you will feel you will be neglected. Yes. Feeling of neglect and growing apart will be so strong in that relationship. See, so what I'm saying is addressing growing apart in a marriage requires open communication, mutual understanding, and a willingness to prioritize the relationship. Let me say it again. Changes in priorities and responsibilities. Okay? If you don't address it, what I'm saying is addressing growing apart in your marriage. Let me tell you what it requires. It requires your openness, open communication. It requires mutual understanding. And the third one, a willingness to prioritize your relationship, willingness to prioritize your marriage. I'm not saying, see, personal growth is vital, but neglecting your passions can lead you feeling stagnant. If you don't stop, if you stop nurturing your interests and individuality, you will lose that spark of connection. You will lose that spark that draws you together in the first place if you don't work on it. So you have to be intentional about it. Let me do a quick review of what I said about growing apart in marriage before moving on to solution. It's not too late for you to share this live video with your friends and family. Keep it for your husband. Keep it for your wife. Sit down and listen to it together and learn. Okay? I mentioned different life goals and values, things that can make you grow apart. I also mentioned communication breakdowns. I also mentioned lack of shared interests or activities. The fourth one I mentioned was emotional distance. I explained that a lot. You can go back and check the video again. Then the fifth one I just finished talking about now is changes in priorities and responsibilities. Okay? Listen to me. I'm about to give you something that will knock off those struggles you are having in your relationship. I'm about to tell you the 5 solutions that you need that will help you. Growing apart in marriage can be challenging, I know, but with efforts and commitment as a couple, you can work together, reconnecting and strengthening your relationship. There's nothing too difficult if both of you are ready to face it and work on it. Okay, let's face it. Let's face it. I know life gets busy. The spark, the spark, what you saw in the first place that ignited your love story, I know it can kind of flicker, if I can say that, and in the face of daily routines and all that, changing priorities, especially maybe because, oh, what you studied in school is not even giving you what you expected, and you're trying to change this to navigate your life, to just make your life better, and sometimes just plain forgetting to nurture the connection. All those things you need to pay attention to it, so you don't let it happen to you. And if they're happening to you, there's a solution. Please don't say I'm done. There's always a solution if both parties are ready to work on it. I want to tell you, I want to encourage you, first of all, fear not. See, understanding the reason behind growing apart is the first step to finding your way back to each other. Okay, so remember, growing apart doesn't have to be the end of your story, but by learning, by listening, by understanding, by fighting the reason behind it and taking a proactive steps, you and your partner can rebuild your relationship, your love life, and you begin to enjoy and fulfill purpose. You fulfill the relationship purpose. Okay, so first of all, I want to explain growing apart, the positive side for you. Okay, because growing apart positively, there are some things that you do to better your life and your relationship, and it is important that you both recognize it, so you can both be um in the same mindset. Okay, let me put this way. Have you ever noticed yourself changing over time? Maybe you picked up a new course, a new hobby, or you discovered a new passion for a different career path, or simply matured as a person. All right, we all grow up, we grow, we mature in life, in our reasoning, the way we do things. That's growth, and it's fine. But sometimes this personal evaluation can lead you and your partner in different directions if you don't manage it very well. And that's why you hear sometimes, oh, my husband doesn't love me, he doesn't want me to be better than him. Oh, my wife doesn't love me, she doesn't want me to be better because for whatever reason, oh, she's jealous, is envy. Is not. If you look at it critically, it is not. Okay, think about it. If your partner loves doing something, maybe traveling a lot, it will get to a time he might not just feel it anymore, and maybe that was what draws you together to him, and you just feel like, oh, you are not the guy I married, oh, you are not the lady I married. No, no, it's not. Sometimes our priorities change, and the way we see life can change, or maybe we've learned some moral lessons that, oh, okay, life doesn't really go this way, and this is what it is right now. So for all those reasons, you have to pay attention and see how you can help each other to become a better person, and to grow from there. So growing apart sometimes is not like all negative. Sometimes it might be to better your marriage, your relationship, your your finance, your what else, or whatever you want to grow, that you want it to grow in your marriage. So this doesn't mean that relationship has to fail. It just basically shows that as you both mature, your path might slightly change, but as you do that, always pay attention to how you can make sure that you still stay positive, you grow positively, and you stay together to understand what you are doing at that point in time, in that season. So it won't be like you are neglecting each other. You are just doing your own thing for your own selfish reasons. And when we talk about growing apart, make sure it's not for your selfish reasons and leaving the other person like, I don't even care. Like, let me just find my level. Let me just find my way. And sometimes we have uneven growth. For example, a husband, when a woman starts giving birth, your children will need your attention at that time. So during that process, if your husband now start doing something or maybe start studying, and things are just better for him, and you might think in your head like, oh, my life is all I keep doing is just giving birth. I'm just giving birth to children. My life is not changing. I'm not growing. I'm not doing the. It's because both of you don't see each other as how do I put it? That what you are doing is working towards the marriage, okay? Because there's no way during the pregnancy and giving birth, of course, your child needs more attention at that time. And what you are doing is for the growth of the family, right? It's not just for you, it's not just for him. So for that reason, don't pull yourself down and think you are stagnant, you are not moving forward. Yes, you are moving. Even giving birth is moving forward. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to explain is, in your growth, whatever you're doing, make sure you align each other. Make sure you are on the same page. Make sure you understand, okay, it's time for this. Okay, why you are doing this, let me be doing that. Okay, why this is going on, how do we manage this situation, how do we do this, because you will need more finances at that time. Okay, so make sure that in all of this, you don't lose yourselves in it. You don't lose yourself to bearing kids. You don't lose yourself to your work. You don't lose yourself to so many things that might be going on. But sometimes it can lead to a feeling of growing apart. But don't worry. Make sure you pay attention. That's my point. Pay attention to each other and don't lose yourself in all of this. So let me give you 5 solutions that will help you and that can contribute to your growth. Excuse me, sorry. I can contribute to your growth, and I want you to really learn from it. Number 1 is fight back against the time thieves. Time thieves. Time thieves. Fight it back. The busy trap, fight back. Make an intentional effort to spend quality time together regularly. Don't even try to ignore it. Don't do every other thing except your quality time. Find a date night. Engage in shared activities or hobbies, or simply give out time for meaningful conversations. Make sure you communicate regularly. Okay? Spend time together. Don't let it be something that you will do once in a while. See, spending time together can help you reconnect and rebuild your bond. I'm saying it again. Fight back against the time thieves. Plan short. Maybe you want to travel together. Focus on outing together, or do something that makes you guys, be like a child again. All right, don't let all those things that go through occupy you. I'm going to work. You go in the morning before even you see your children. 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you're out. You're back 9. The kids are sleeping. Your husband is already sleeping, or your wife is already sleeping. And the morning again, you are gone. You are dropping a note on the. No. Make sure you find time for each other, no matter what. Fight it. Be intentional. Don't say, do I want to keep my child? It's because you don't know that you are drifting apart. Even a walk down memory lane, sometimes, how did we even meet? Sometimes you can just talk about those things. Like here, you can ride a bike together. You can just do some things together. like a monthly board game, a night out, um or you can just even a message sometimes, even at work, as busy as you can be, just write, hey babe, how you doing? Even to your husband, hey, what's up, are you okay? Just that alone, you understand? Don't say because she's at work or he's at work, I'm busy too, I'm busy, I'm busy. And this also is affecting your children. Do you know that some children, whoo, you don't even have time for them? Like, you are busy. And sometimes I ask, you are too busy, you don't have time for your husband or your wife. You are too busy, you don't have time for your kids. So the busyness you are doing is for who at the end of the day? So that's why sometimes when people, when they grow old, they will be lonely, because everyone that's supposed to surround them, to love them, they are not there anymore. And the money or the race you are running, at the end of the day, the people that should enjoy it, they don't even care if you have it or not. Even when you have it, they just help you squander it because they don't care. Because you don't have, there's no emotional attach. You, that husband, that you are always coming home late. In fact, the worst one, you won't even communicate. You just get to when you get to. Your wife will just see you when your wife sees you. And you, that woman, you don't want to leave that workplace. You want to be the best this. You want connection. You want promotions. Those things will deteriorate your emotional life. Those time you are spending to build other people will be happy in their homes, and you will be frustrated in your home, in your relationship. Wife, husband, please adjust your ways. Adjust your ways. Create time. Don't let this busy time trap your life, trap your marriage. Create time. It will make a whole lot of difference. Communicate. Send text to each other. Sometimes just even a love letter. You are living together, but just send it. Appreciate each other. Let your children see through you. If you don't have one, if you have adopted, let them see through you. Train your generation through your love life. Your love life is not just for you. Do you know that? It's for you, and it's not just for you. I'm not saying do something that is not okay just because you want to. Don't be a people pleaser. I'm just saying to reignite your connection, you have to work on it. Life can get hectic, I know. Work, errand, your kids, I know. And sometimes you might just say, oh, she doesn't understand. I do. Okay? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a pastor. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter, a sister. So, I'm not just saying this just for saying sake. I'm saying you can walk around those things and still have time for your marriage and for your kids. Because so many times we prioritize everything else over quality time with our spouse. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. Please have time to date each other now. Please. It doesn't have to do with a lot of money. No. It's about you putting your mind and just finding a way to go about it. Everything is not money. I'm telling you. So many times you know people, oh, money, once you have money. So if it's money, even the richest people in the world, they are not happy in their relationship. They are getting divorced. So if it's money, then what else? So why that? Then they shouldn't be having problems. Don't let your life evolve only on the groceries, the list, the goods. The kids need this, my husband need that, my wife need this, the bills, the house. I want to build house, I want to buy car. Okay, after all of that, so what next? What else? Don't live your life. Don't be lonely. Don't be lonely. Don't be lonely. Be intentional. Plan regular dates. If it's just a walk in the park or a coffee break, yes. I'm saying block out time on your calendar for mini dates, or a dream date can be maybe once in a year, but that shouldn't stop your little time talking and communicating with each other. All right, make time for each other, and as you do that, pray every time. Pray about your intimacy. God is interested in everything. Don't say, how will I tell God about my intimacy with myself? What's God? No, that's not spiritual. That's not spiritual. It's only when I want to do shikrebo, but that's when I would just come. No, that's not God's business. It is. He wants to know. Holy Spirit wants to know everything. Even sometimes Holy Spirit can tell you, wear that cloth, don't wear that shoe, wear that bag, carry that thing. So in all of this, you have to involve him, okay? So second I want to talk to you about is master the art of communication. I talked about this every time. I've said it here, even on this video, like 2-3 times. Talk openly and honestly, about what's going on in your marriage. Express your thoughts, express your feelings, express your needs, encourage your partner to also do the same, and listen actively to each other's perspective without judgment. Before they will start talking, don't say, I know what you want to say. Express it yourselves. Allow each other to express whatever that is going on. Communication is key to understanding each other, and that will bridge the gap that may form itself between you and create unnecessary drift between you. Become active listeners. Some people don't know how to listen. Please, you have to start listening. See, this growing apart, I will tell you, it will be the biggest from what I'm going to teach you on these reasons, 10 reasons why marriage fails. A lot of time, a lot of partners, a lot of couples, the love is not there anymore. The love is for the activities that they do in the house. It's not for each other. And I know some of you are saying, she's right. But what can I do? At this my age, I'm 50 years. What I was talking about? I'm 60 years. Says who? Because maybe I've never read in the Bible that says when you are 70 or 80, you can't, you don't need intimacy or you don't need love anymore. Me, I've never heard. If you know, please tell me. Bible scholars. What I'm saying is, be an active listener. Please listen to each other. Put away distractions. Make eye contact when you're talking to each other. And truly listen to your partner. Try to validate their feelings. Try to see things from their perspective. Address conflict heads on. Don't keep it away. Don't say, I don't have time to listen to you. Okay? Don't let your problem keep escalating. Find a healthy way. Not way. Let me say ways to resolve disagreements and work towards what you can do, and try to compromise sometimes. Don't just stick to this is the way I want my things to be and that's the way it will go. The third on my list for the solution is revisit your shared goals, your values, and your priorities. See, as you mature in life, as you mature in life as a couple, your priorities, your values will be different. What was important to you in your 20s, of course, might not be. It will not be the same in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, by the time you become grandpas. And this can sometimes lead to conflict in your relationship. It is important for you now to have an open conversation about all these changes and see if you both can find common ground, okay? Take time to revisit your shared goals, your aspirations as couples. Reflect on what initially brought you together and what you hope to achieve together in the future. Don't just leave it. Talk about it every time. And when you see that there are some lapses or some will not be it's not looking like it or it's not going to be possible, still talk about it. Don't just ignore it and say, oh, my wife should understand, oh, my husband should understand that, assuming I'm this and that, we should have. No, don't work on assumption in your marriage. Don't let assumption finish your relationship. You get what I'm saying? You get me? And also aligning your priorities and visions for the future will help you reignite your connection, and you begin to have a sense of purpose in that marriage. Embrace individual growth. Let me say this over and over again. Embrace individual growth. Don't live a life of he's doing it. Sometimes I wonder when people say, oh, my husband is building a house, or my husband is in so place, or I don't, my husband just went out, I don't know where he is, or my wife is this. Do you know that a lot of time I've seen a lot of women, they will say, oh, I'm just doing this, so I'm building this, so I'm doing this money, I'm doing this business. My husband is not involved because I don't know what will happen in the future. He can just come up and say this and that, so I'm using my sister, my brother. See, that marriage is not marriage, it's partnership. Like when you were still in school, like, sharing a bed with your classmates. That's what you're doing. You are just fulfilling goals of paying bills, sending your kids to school. That's what you're doing in that marriage. There's no love, no connection, no emotions. You are just doing your thing. So anytime husband is doing something and the wife does not know about it, it's wrong. Any time the wife is doing something and the husband is not knowing about it, and see, even if you think about it, you're already preparing for the worst, saying in case, that in case will come to pass. Yeah. You're saying in case my husband did it, in case my wife misbehaved, let me just leave this so that, so you already have the mindset. Let me tell you, there's no way you can fight it. It will happen. It will happen because you already planned for it. You already planned for that thing. I'm saying embrace individual growth, especially when you know that the growth is for the family. Share each other on. Encourage your husband. Encourage your wife. Encourage each other's hobbies. Encourage each other's interests. Okay, celebrate individual achievements together. See, all those things will maintain your interest in one another, and it will encourage your personal fulfillment. It will encourage your personal fulfillment. Support each other's growth. Encourage yourself. Celebrate each other. Celebrate each other's achievement. If your husband achieves anything, take each other out. Enjoy yourself. Celebrate it. If your wife achieves something, celebrate it. Don't be intimidated with your goals, with your values, with your priorities. There's no intimidation here. It's like me telling, look at this cloth I'm wearing. Okay? It's like me saying, oh, no. I will love this black side more. I will pay attention to this. Or maybe, this one is so colorful. This side is so nice. My husband is doing well. I'm just stagnant. Oh, my wife is doing well. A woman. And I call myself a man. She's doing okay. Look at how, she's different colors. Look at me. I'm just staying here. But do you know that this black complements this colorful side? And that's what makes it beautiful. And this side complement this. And that's what makes this black not to just be black. Sometimes even when you're dressing up and you wear black and you use something very colorful, red, yellow, blue, it will glow, it will come out. We are to complement each other. Okay? So don't feel left out. Don't say, my husband did this. My wife did that. Oh my. So I won't be important to her anymore. Let me start something else. No. It's for the family. You must have that conversation. There's nothing like my wife's money, my husband's money is my money. I hate when I hear that. And my money is my money. What's money? What's the value of money in your marriage, in your life? Okay, so please pay attention to all those things, and you will see how you'll be able to nurture your relationship, to nurture your marriage, and you do well. Now, take turns taking care of the kids. Please, okay? Take turns taking care of your children, if there is any. So you can each attend something, or maybe you plan a course. As you're finishing this, just take turn. Let the other person begin to take care of the kids while you start on that project, on that thing that you always wanted to do, whatever you have, whatever you want to attain. Take turn to take care of the kids and attend that class. Go for that certificate. Do it. Pursue personal project. Get involved with each other and help each other to grow. Okay, celebrate your spouse achievement, like I said. Your future, talk about it together. Celebrate each other's dream. Yes, celebrate each other's dream and your interests. The fourth one on my list is this word should never leave your marriage. United we stand. Let that be your slogan. See, if it's not, I beg of you, seek couples therapy. We are here for you. Marriage Medicines is here for you. Okay, if you are struggling to confront or navigate through the challenges in your marriage, or how to reconnect on your own, please consider seeking guidance from Marriage Medicines. Or if you have people you trust, see, I don't want you to base your relationship or your marriage on one uncle, one auntie, one member, one person in your area and be asking for advice. Hello, excuse me. What you're going through are different. You are different people. So it's better you consider seeking a counselor to help you. There won't be bias, and they will tell you the truth. It's important for you to hear the truth, to hear where you're lacking, so you can learn from there. All right? And a counselor also, we support you. We give you we teach you strategies, yes, on how to rebuild your intimacy. Okay, so don't forget to do that. Get in touch. Life challenges, I said it over and over. I know it's not an easy thing, but you need to communicate, support each other, develop a healthy coping mechanism. Okay, don't avoid tough conversations. Use healthy communication skills. Use healthy communication techniques and seek help. Seek help. Seek help. Plan frequently check-ins to see where you're growing apart. Learn from it. Talk through any problems and develop yourself together. Don't ignore it. Number 5 and the last one on how to help yourself, the solution: nurture physical connection. Nurture physical connection. Let me put it this way. Make small gestures of affection. Yes. Show your spouse love. Appreciate through just little things. Little affection, kindness. Whether it's a heartfelt compliment, you are looking good, you're beautiful, or a thoughtful gesture, or a simple act of service. Okay, some people love act of service. These small things can go a long way in strengthening your bond, in strengthening and in nurturing your relationship. Keep your physical connection alive. Physical touch is essential. Make it a priority. Don't ignore it. It doesn't always have to be about sex. Cuddle on the couch or a back rub. Your wife is in the kitchen or your husband is working and something, just holding each other hands and saying, it's okay. You've tried. Well done. It's okay. Just relax. Holding each other hands, messaging each other. All these things will strengthen your emotional bond. And prioritizing physical intimacy. Okay? Like a morning hug. I don't know how to express all this to you, but I know you understand. Love on each other now. Like, sometimes what is in your head is different from what you are acting. Act what is in your head. How you want to be loved. How you want to be caressed. How you want your husband, your wife to talk to you. Don't do it in a harsh way. Don't say my wife should know now. My husband should know. No, they are not God. It's only God that knows everything. Keep your physical connection alive. Physical touch is essential. Make it a priority. It doesn't always have to be about sex. Cuddle each other on the couch, a back rub, holding hands, or messaging each other. All the things you need to do it. Be intentional. Physical intimacy is important. Make small gestures. Do something different. Okay? In conclusion, let me conclude with this. Remember that a strong marriage takes effort and commitment from both of you as husband and wife to reconnect and rebuild your connection. One person cannot do it. It will not work. Marriage takes work, but the rewards are endless. That's what I want to tell you. The reward are endless. So by understanding the reasons why you're growing apart as a couple and implementing these solutions will keep your love story alive, vibrant, and it will help you to build a connection and fulfillment in that marriage, and your marriage will last a lifetime. Don't be stingy, don't be selfish. The important thing to remember is that growing apart doesn't have to be the end of your story. It doesn't have to be bad, but addressing the issue heads on as a couple can, and you can walk through them and find ways to reconnect. All those things will help you. If you are facing specific challenges, consider reaching out to again and again and again. See, there's no shame in seeking help. If you can seek help for financial help, if you can seek financial help, there's no shame seeking help for your marriage, for your relationship. In fact, it's a sign of strength and a commitment to your relationship. It's not a sign of weakness when you seek help for your marriage. Don't be deceived. All right? This is your girl. Okay, before I go, leave a comment below with your biggest challenge when it comes to feeling connected with your spouse. We can address them in my future videos. Yes, I can talk about it. I'll pick and we'll talk about it in my next video if possible. But if not, but we'll still talk about it. We'll find time to talk about it. Married Medicine is here to help you through your journey from a triumphant relationship to a triumphant marriage. Okay? Until next time, stay happy, stay connected. For more tips and in-depth discussion, subscribe to Married Medicines. I don't know how many. I know a lot of people in this life, but why is my YouTube not blowing apart? I don't understand. How can you say you love me and you are not on my YouTube channel? Like how? What kind of love is that? I don't understand. You are ignoring me. You better don't. You better don't. Even the people, and even family members alone. How many are you? I'm challenging all of you. Go to my YouTube channel. If you are my family member and you are not on my channel, even a long distance cousin, long, I don't care. Even if I don't know you, I've not known you before and you know me. Go on my YouTube channel so you can learn. We can tell a friend to tell a friend. And please, you can always contact me. Please don't say you don't know how to get in touch. The social medias are there. I'm there every time. Get in touch and we'll take it from there. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. I want to pray for you. If you are facing any challenges in your marriage and you think there's no way out anymore, there's no more solution, I pray and I decree by the authority given to me by God Almighty, that from today, as you begin the new journey of amending where you know that you're wrong and placing God at the forefront, I ask the Redeemer of your soul, of my soul, to intervene in that marriage in the mighty name of Jesus. And I want to pray that if not having children, having your own child is a problem in that marriage, I decree and declare that from today, you begin to speak a new song. I pray, I decree, I prophesy, receive your babies. I'm not saying one. Receive your babies as much as you want in the name of Jesus. Let there be peace in your home. Let there be peace in your marriage. I pray for the peace of God, unending peace that supersedes all understanding. The Lord will give unto you. Your marriage will blossom. And in that, you will love the Lord. In your home, you will serve the Lord. In the name of Jesus. I pray by next time I will come here to talk to you, you will tell me that, thank God for that video that you made. That really helped my marriage and we are doing better now. Okay? Let me do a review of what I said the solution. The first one I talked about, you fighting back against the time thief, the busy trap. The second one is master the art of communication. Be intentional. Don't say that's the way I am. Even my mom knows, even my dad knows I don't talk much. Don't do that. It won't help your marriage. Revisit your shared goals, values, and priorities. The fourth one is let this word be in your mouth. United we stand. Let that be your slogan. And please seek help. Seek couples therapy if you need one. The fifth one is nurture physical connection. Make small gesture. Is it gesture or gesture? Gestures. Whichever one. Gestures. Affection. Stay blessed, okay? Until I see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And make sure you like, you love, you share on all our social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Pinterest, which other one? I don't even know. We are there, all of it. Just find My Medicines or Juliana OLUBU. You will see me there. Stay blessed and God bless you. Until I see you again, this is your girl, Juliana OLUBU. Building a triumphant relationship. Building a triumphant marriage. Stay blessed and God bless you. Love you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. All right. I love you. Thank you. But don't forget to share. Please share. Share for others. Share. And share. Stay blessed. Bye. Before I go, share. I'm looking at you. Yes, you. Share. Don't be selfish now. Share. If you don't need it, others will need it. Share. 1 more minute. I'm here. Share. I love you. Share. I'm challenging everyone that knows me on this social media. Don't pretend. Even if you hate me, subscribe. It doesn't matter. Just subscribe. Okay. I love you with the love of the Lord. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Marriage Medicines. Okay. Marriage Medicines. If you can't get it on time, just type Juliana OLUBU. Juliana OLUBU. You will get it right there. Bye. Okay, I'm done now. Bye. Share.